I'm happy to have you in my country home. I want to say that what happened on Saturday that culminated to the declarations of Sunday morning is entirely the handwork of God. And the natural thing to say is to dedicate that victory to God Almighty, who fulfilled His own words and crowned our efforts and our struggles with a resounding victory. I will also want to thank Abia, those that found time to express their confidence in me and in my party, the PDP, through the ballot by voting massively and resoundingly, both during the first elections of the 11th and that runoff that came on the 25th. They made a statement, and I want to say that that statement was symbolic, because for the first time we saw the endorsement of an ordinary Abian, a common Abian, somebody who has come to represent the middle class, and more historically, somebody from the Okwangwa ethnic divide, comprising of 9 local governments. My commitment to Ndabia, from Arochukwu to Umunoj to Okwa to Iguano, is that I will treat every person that is from Abia, that is in Abia, doing business in Abia, equally and fairly. My mandate is to serve the Abia citizens and to catalyze infrastructural development, catalyze unity on all spheres of human endeavor, politically, socially, economically, and also to fertilize and catalyze unity among Ndibo within the Southeast and wherever they may belong, and also support the overall development of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with Abia making a strong statement as an economic hub in the days ahead. And I know that God, who started this journey, will remain with us even as the strides pick up in the main frame of governance that will take up after the 29th of May. And thank you for coming. You are most welcome. Thank you. Well, thank you. I do not see what happened as a battle. We went to seek for endorsement of Ndabia, and that is what endorsement could go this way or the other way. We thank God today that it went our way, and we say that the strength of a chain is equivalent to the strength of the weakest link. So for those of us who may not have the privilege of addressing the press from this side as victors, I want to say that they are most welcome, because the most important thing is the good of a greater majority of our people. So anybody that has positive ideas that can bring about the unity, that can bring about the progress and development of Abia State is most welcome. I would say that God has given me the grace to recognize quality materials wherever they may exist. So it won't take anything out of me to go to them to say, please come, let us run Abia together. What I come to the table with is humility, such that I'll be humble enough to allow to create a level playing ground and a platform upon which every manner of person that has multiple ideas will be given the opportunity to make contributions. I do not also have any doubt in my mind that they will be forthcoming, because all of us during the electionary period professed that we love Abia. We professed that we want the best for Abia. So if that is true, the time for us to know whether it is true or not is post-May 29. And I want to seize this opportunity to say that we are open. We can't certainly do it alone. We want everybody. And this is going to be government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So they are welcome. God most welcome. I do not think that it ever crossed my mind that the mustard seed, we started very little. So with every day, we became stronger. So our strength, those of us who were in the think tank and war room, knew that every day got us stronger and stronger. So we're becoming more confident. Besides, this project was rooted on the scriptures. I'm a firm believer of prophecy. I'm a firm believer of the word of God. And I knew that it would end in praise. So at no point, sincerely speaking, did I ever feel or consider that it could have gone the other way. My greatest problem was, when David confronted Goliath, he had to rely on his experience and how God had led him in the past. So I knew that God had not disappointed me. I never failed in any assignment before, and I didn't come out to define failure for myself. But that question is not a threat at all. That is the way of bad losers. All of them say the same thing and they do the same thing. So it's not a threat. If I did not expect it, then I'm not a serious minded person. So luckily for me, he can't go to tribunal in my absence. We'll all be there to defend the mandate. I'm the custodian of that mandate. And going with me will be 1.3 million voters of Abia State. Or if I like, I narrow it down to those who voted on that day. So it will be easy to prove otherwise. But today, that is where we are. But in some places, I'm bothered why we still have very, very desperate losers in Nigeria. I thought some of us would have looked at what President Jonathan did, because Jonathan conceded defeat and then decided to do the part of a statesman. But if somebody takes his desperation to the wire, there it goes. Then on what our people should expect in the first 100 days, I want to say that within the first 100 days, the main frame of our administration would have been defined. Like we said, it's no longer going to be business as usual. Everybody that will have business with this government will come to do government business, and it will be a very, very serious business. There's some work to be done, there's some concentration to be made, and there is no time to sleep on the bicycle. So from day one, we will define our agenda, we will define the trajectory we are going to pursue, and we will hit the road running. Like I said, if you want to remember what you are going to judge us with in the days ahead, remember that I said during my campaign that we are going to develop Abia in a robust fashion, taking off from Abia, and we will do that. Yes, before I lay emphasis on Abia, I want to put it on record that Abia is not the only city in Abia. Abia State is not synonymous with Abia, but we think that our greatest challenge in Abia is to have a strong economic focus. We should focus on our economy, so that if you get our economy in Abia right, then you can put food on the table of many, you can generate employment, and if you do that also, you will know that the pillar of which trade and commerce drive is good roads. Having said that, to answer your question more specifically, we expect that, generally speaking, all those potholes around Abia will be a thing of the past in my time, and we expect to do a ring road that will decongest the city center, that will pass through about 7 local governments, starting from Ogunabo, where it will tangent on Port Harcourt Abia Expressway. We will have to do a third bridge across the Abia River to enter into some part of Obingu, and then take it round to Sisioma, between Arongwa Junction and somewhere there. The idea is to allow the city to develop horizontally in a way that the city center will be decongested. But the mundane things like the surfacing of asphalted roads should be taken for granted. I don't like to compare with those things, because if even a 12-year-old boy will do resurfacing of roads. But the most important thing is that we're going to see strong foundation of our small and medium-scale enterprises that will employ 50,000 people in Abia. And then we will also think of how to bring back to life moribund companies like the textile mill and those that you see around the Oriental axis. There are about 5, 6, 7 companies there which are, as I speak, not functioning. We're going to speak with those who own those companies to see how they can leverage government assets to make sure that those companies, because we know that if we return those companies to functionality, it means that a lot of people will leave the streets as unemployed people. We are going to take stock in all 17 local governments of those that are jobless. We look at their qualifications and their competencies so that we can target our efforts specifically to those that need them and take it off from there. Thank you. I will start with political loyalists. My political loyalists, our political loyalists are Abia, and they will help me get the technocrats that will do the job that we need them to do. We are not going to put square pegs in round holes. We are going to make sure we put round pegs in round holes all the time. It is foundational and it is very, very important. And I will define that from the first day in office. So there's no way I will throw away the political loyalists. They will be part of the team that will help me choose the technocrats that will do the work we desire. Thank you. I will borrow my answer from your question. You said for structures that are not approved. If anything is not approved, it's not approved. And in the eyes of the law, it doesn't exist. If I return to your next question, I think I have spent time to talk about the things we intend to do quickly. If you want to follow my vision, we are going to look at an Abia where the manufacturing of garments, the manufacturing of the leather things we do, from bags and all that, we take the front burner from day one. And it must happen in a logical and prepared fashion, not the haphazard way it is done today. We will think about equipment that will leave the burden and hardship of making 1,000 shoes. Instead of spending 2 years to make 1,000 shoes, we want to be able to produce that in a number of hours. And we want to bring in equipment that can help them finish the products in such a way that they can be evacuated and marketed even in Paris or in England or in New York. But for us to do all that, the roads will have to get a first speed. So our economic vision first, then the roads that will drive the economic vision second. If that is what you want me to say. Thank you. That is not, it cannot be a winner take all thing. My strongest point is that I'll provide a platform that will enable every Abian, whether those that ran the election with us, those in diaspora, and those that may find themselves here or there in other fields of human endeavor, who have progressive ideas and thoughts about how to move Abia forward, to come and then discuss it. But I want to put it on record that nothing is cast on iron or stone, even my own ideas. But because I'm a free for logic, let us put it on the table and talk about it. If you win the argument, then we run with your idea. But if we win, we should be humble enough to say, oh yeah, that was a superior argument. So everybody is welcome, and we'll be open to all kinds of contributions provided they will help us make progress. In terms of calls from those who ran the election, it may interest you to know that before that election, even as close as 6 hours to the election, about 6 other Guba candidates had collapsed into our party. So we are all celebrating simultaneously. Chikudensi is celebrating alongside our people here. The candidate for UPP, all of them are celebrating alongside. And I know that APC is not angry with our victory. Everybody has a common ground, which is to develop Abia State. Some sentimental about developing Abia, but globally speaking, I think the issue is Abia State in general. But Abia needs to take a front runner. You need to be very, very courageous to tackle the issues in Abia, but I think we have the determination and the courage to drive it, because I do not have any other city than Abia. If I must own a city. But as governor, Abia is my constituency. I own Abia, I own Arochukwu, I own Isukwatu, I own everywhere. But I think that what we get from Abia can help us develop the other areas.
You raise me up so I can't stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulder.